Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, Board of Advisors members, friends, and honored guests. As the Dean of Western State College of Law at Westcliff University, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 54th Annual Commencement Exercises for the College of Law. We're assembled here today to honor our graduates from the classes of Fall 2024, Spring 2025, and Summer 2025. Professor Emeritus Glenn Capel will now lead us in the singing of the national anthem. So would you please rise?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Professor Capel. Please be seated. I would like to begin the program this afternoon by mentioning several special guests who are with us this afternoon, starting with the president of Westcliff University, our parent university, Dr. Anthony Lee. Thank you, Dr. Lee, for everything Westcliff University has done, everything you have done to help Western State be what it is today. Let me take a moment to note other special guests here today. On the stage, we have the members of our faculty and representatives from our Western State Board of Advisors, Richard Millar, our board chair, Bill Shapiro. Also sitting in our VIP area are some of the family and friends of our commencement speaker, James Heiting, class of 1975. If those individuals would please stand for a moment, let's give a round of applause to all of our special guests. I'll keep my remarks to our graduates short because there are others on the program today who will provide inspiration to you. And in the end, this is your day. This is a day we have set aside to recognize and celebrate your accomplishments. I know for each of you, there were moments of doubt when you wondered if you really could accomplish all that was laid before you. Well, here you are. You have done it. This is your day of celebration. But I want to remind each of you that you have friends and family, some here with you today, others perhaps who could not be here with you today, but all of whom contributed in important ways to your success in law school. The hard work and dedication, of course, came from you. But there are parents, siblings, spouses, partners, and other family members and friends who are literally or spiritually behind you, who have provided advice, encouragement, emotional, and often financial support so that you could realize this monumental achievement of graduating from law school. So I ask you, the graduates, to take a moment now to stand and to turn to those behind you to acknowledge the contributions of those who helped you get here with a hearty round of applause. Now that you've acknowledged the help of your family and friends, please be seated. And I'd like to take a moment to address those loved ones. I know that each of you who have been part of your graduate support system during law school are aware of how diligently your graduates worked during law school to reach this moment of celebration. What you may not be as aware of, though, as I assure you that your graduates are acutely aware of it, is that at least for those who completed their studies this May, there's still one major hurdle before your graduates formally join the profession. That has been the end goal of this long process. And that hurdle, of course, is the bar exam. Those of us on stage can tell you that it is a rigorous and challenging exam that is taxing not only intellectually, but also physically and emotionally. So I ask on your behalf of your graduates to continue to offer the love and support that you've so generously provided during law school for this next critical period so that your graduates can successfully navigate this final step on their journey. Now, graduates, I turn your attention to a second group deserving of your appreciation, your faculty here at Western State, who individually and collectively played a central role in your law school experience. In evaluating the strengths of an educational institution, the most important measure of institutional strength is the quality of the faculty. And I can tell you from my own experience in 20 years of legal education that Western State's faculty is superb. Your faculty has challenged you and inspired you to work harder, think more critically, be more tenacious, resourceful, and creative than you ever thought possible. So now on this day, when you're gathered together one last time, I ask my faculty colleagues here who are here on the stage to stand and receive the recognition that they deserve from you, the graduates, and the rest of us assembled here today. Thank you. Now about the most important people here today, the graduates. There are individuals who will receive recognition today for their extraordinary accomplishments, to whom you will be introduced shortly. There are also individuals listed in the program who have distinguished themselves academically. As noted in the program, these individuals are wearing cords with distinctive colors, signifying their accomplishment, which you will be able to see as they walk across the stage. However, I want to take special note of one group whose efforts symbolize the mission of Western State. Those individuals who are wearing white cords or white and light blue cords earned by volunteering their time to serve their community. Those wearing white cords have volunteered a minimum of 100 hours of public service and are being recognized for their distinguished public service. Those with the white and light blue cords are being recognized for their exemplary public service, having volunteered a minimum of 200 hours of public service. Despite the heavy time demands imposed by law school, along with the time taken by many students to participate in law review, moot court, and student organizations, these Western State students were still able to find time to volunteer to help religious institutions, organizations assisting the homeless and indigent, as well as a wide variety of legal and advocacy organizations. This graduating class performed a total of 4,800 hours of public service during their law school tenure. The total number of public service hours represents over 117 weeks, or more than 2.25 years of volunteer service provided by these graduates. Would those students wearing public service cords please stand and be acknowledged? Graduates, at the end of our celebration today, you will be alumni of Western State. As someone who deeply admires the devotion our alumni have for each other and the school, I hope you will assume an ethic of stewardship and responsibility towards your colleagues, along with a commitment to support and mentor future students. With your support and commitment, we can continue Western State's long history of leadership and responsibility in the larger legal community. Let me close by wishing all of our graduates who are scheduled to take the bar exam this summer the best of luck as you prepare for and take the bar exam. I have every confidence that you will take all that you have learned in law school and turn it into success on the bar exam. And for all of our graduates, I wish you future great success in our noble profession. Congratulations to our graduates, and welcome to all your friends and family who are here with you today to celebrate with you. I will now ask Dr. Anthony Lee to come to the podium to address the graduates.
Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the exceptional class of 2025. Today we come together not just to celebrate your academic achievement, but to honor the perseverance, the sacrifice, and resilience that brought you here. You are now graduates of Western State College of Law, Orange County's oldest law school, and of Westcliff University, a global institution defined by innovation, academic excellence, and student success. Western State joined the Westcliff family just 5 years ago, and yet it feels like it's always been a part of Westcliff. This union strengthened both institutions, and today you carry forward the legacy of both. I want to acknowledge Dean Marisa Chancharulo and her remarkable faculty and staff. Their commitment to your journey has been unwavering, and their dedication deserves our deepest gratitude. As you prepare to enter the legal profession, I ask you to reflect on those who supported you along the way, your faculty, your classmates, your friends, and your family. Not just to say thank you, but to remind yourself of the lasting impact you can have on others. You now have the opportunity and the responsibility to lift the next generation as others have lifted you. You are entering the profession at a time of enormous change and challenge. What might once have been radical hypotheticals in your textbooks are now very real precedents in shaping our country. The ground beneath long-standing institutions is shifting. These aren't just legal debates. These are your future caseloads, your future clients' realities, and your future courtroom responsibilities. And as this transformation continues, artificial intelligence is becoming a defining force in the legal field. AI is streamlining research, analyzing documents, and even trying to make predictions about case outcomes. But of course, with innovation comes risk and responsibility. As attorneys, your role is to not just use these tools, but to question them, to challenge the bias within the algorithms, and to protect civil liberties and due process. The law must adapt, but it must never abandon its principles. In this global tech-driven world, your reach is broader than ever. You're not only part of a proud alumni network of over 12,000 Western State graduates, You're also now connected to a global West Cliff community representing more than 130 countries worldwide. And that's more than a statistic. It's a call to action. Law knows no borders. Your advocacy may begin in your local community, but ripple effects can and should extend around the world. So class of 2025, be bold, lead with vision, stay grounded in principle, but ready to meet the future with courage. The legal profession doesn't need smart thinkers. It needs wise and ethical leaders. Hold your head high, represent this institution well, and know that your Western State and West Cliff families will always be behind you. Congratulations, graduates. The future of law is now in your trusted hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Western State has a tradition of selecting the graduate speaker by competition. This year, Amanda Hazelton, the salutatorian of the fall 2024 graduating class, has been chosen to represent the graduating class. Please welcome Amanda Hazelton, graduate speaker.
Good morning, esteemed colleagues, professors, faculty, friends, and family. I'm speaking you today already in disbelief at the degree of effort, time, and attention we have dedicated over the past few years in reaching this moment. We have survived the trauma of the Socratic method, spent countless hours immersed in reading, and mastered the art of applying law to facts. Perhaps most importantly, we have ingrained in our mentality that words matter. Excuse me. This journey is not for the faint of heart, but now we can breathe. We did it. Congratulations to the graduating class. We have earned the right to celebrate today. It's well worth highlighting the diversity of graduates here today. Not only do we represent a broad racial and ethnic diversity, including first and second generation immigrants, but we also represent students of all ages and stages of life. From those who arrived fresh from college to those who have already had successful careers and have come to law school as a step to a second or third career. Regardless of background, the challenge of law school did not discriminate. Each of us faced obstacles, whether academic, financial, or personal, but we persevered through what was once a daunting feat. Though our reasons for attending law school were varied, we all made the same courageous choice: to take that first step and see it through to the end. My own decision to begin law school came later in life, as it was delayed for years while my children were young. I'll never forget the moment I decided I had to go to law school. I was on a walk with my oldest daughter, who was 8 years old at the time, discussing the possibility of law school, explaining that if I decided to take this journey, I wouldn't have time for walks like these. Holding my hand, looking up at me with that classic childlike innocence, she said, "Don't you want to follow your dreams?" From that point, it was clear. I couldn't let her believe that I wouldn't make my dreams a reality. Obtaining a law degree became more than just a career move. It was an opportunity to show my daughter that dreams are worth fighting for, no matter when or how hard it may be. Emma, I did it. Graduates, take note. 8-year-olds can be very persuasive. Don't rule them out as witnesses. I want to express a sincere message of gratitude to everyone who has supported each graduate sitting here today. I'm confident that there is not one of us who believes we did this alone. To the deans, professor, and faculty, without you, some of us would consider Iraq a country in the Middle East, and not the reason we were up late during the exam week questioning our life choices. Thank you for your patience as we struggled through case law, never giving up on us even when we overtly admitted defeat. Through your encouragement, our understanding grew, and we eventually learned to think, speak, and act like a lawyer. You gave us opportunities for practice and refinement in a controlled environment through competitions, externships, and volunteer activities. Thank you for your diligence in preparing us to become competent and zealous advocates for our clients. To the friends and families here, as well as those who could not be here today, your sacrifice in supporting us does not go unnoticed. Undoubtedly, our success reflects your enablement. You have put up with and cheered us on while we climbed across mountains of cases, flashcards, papers, and tests. You reminded us to eat, take a break, exercise, and offered us valuable words of encouragement when we were overwhelmed. I'm sure I speak for many when I say, thank you, and I'm sorry for what I said when I was in law school. As we reflect on our achievement today, we recognize that this is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new chapter, the bar exam and our career as a lawyer. Equipped with the knowledge and skills gained in law school, we now step into the legal profession, ready to make a difference. In addition to chasing our personal career goals, we will soon obtain the power to support those navigating legal challenges in our community. Let's take everything we have learned in law school, not just the law and the legal analysis, but the perseverance, the power of words, the ethical standards, and the zeal for justice, and use it to empower those in need and create meaningful change. As we walk across the stage today, let's not only celebrate our achievement, but embrace the privilege and responsibility of shaping the future through the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. I would now like to introduce Associate Dean Paul Arshiguni, who will assist me as we honor the valedictorians and salutatorians of the classes we are recognizing in today's ceremony. These graduates have attained the first and second place academic ranks in their graduating classes. Honorees, please approach the podium as I say your name. Reese Perez, valedictorian, Fall 2024. Amanda Hazelton, salutatorian, Fall 2024. Joaquin Lang, valedictorian, Spring 2025. And Michael Davey, salutatorian, Spring 2025.
We now present the 2025 Marcia Blanchard Wilbur Award for Outstanding Student. This is presented in honor of Marcia Wilbur, who served as Dean of Western States in the late 80s, early 90s. She had a significant role in creating the character and reputation for Western State. She was a woman of great courage and integrity and cared deeply for the school's students and the quality and wholesomeness of the education. We pay homage to Marsha Blanchard Wilbur today by honoring a graduate in her name. This year's award recipient is Olivia Glazer. Olivia has exemplified what it means to be an outstanding student. She served as co-editor-in-chief of Western State Law Review. She has consistently been among the top students in her class, having been on the honor roll each semester here. She interned with the Honorable Judge David O'Carter and is currently a law clerk at the firm of Corrigan, Welcorn, and Stoke. Olivia is deserving of the Marsha Blanchard Wilbur Award for Outstanding Student. Olivia, you come to present. Now we honor Dean Marianne Jones by presenting an award to a graduate in her name. This year's award recipient is Joyce Jawan Kim. Joyce has been an exceptional student leader here at Western State. She was instrumental in the relaunch of the Women's Law Association at Western State, serving as president for that organization. She led and helped raise support for a book donation to the Orangewood Children's Center on behalf of the WLA. She served as law school representative for the Veterans and Military Committee of Orange County's Bar Association. She founded and served as president of the Armed Forces and Veterans Legal Society at Western State. After she passes the bar exam, she expects to serve as a JAG officer for the United States Air Force. She is well deserving of the Marianne Jones Achievement and Leadership Award. Joyce, you come and accept this. And now I would like to invite to the podium our Director of Career Development and Public Interest Programs, James Gilliam, who present the Wallace R. Davis Award.
Good morning, everyone. This year's recipient of the Wallace R. Davis Public Service Award is Eugene H. Rang. This award honors the spirit of public service that exemplified Wallace Davis's career, who was a revered community activist and civil rights leader. For many, public service is a calling, and for those who hear such call beckoning, it's almost impossible to squelch without getting directly involved in the work of making equal justice under the law a reality for everyone. Throughout his time at Western State, Eugene has demonstrated his commitment to making that reality available to various vulnerable communities throughout Southern California. He worked for the ACLU of Southern California 2 different times, first in his Economic Justice Project, assisting unhoused individuals, and then in the Immigrants' Rights Project. Next, he spent a semester working at the Elder Law and Disability Rights Center. These experiences, as Eugene's own words detail, gave him the chance to witness constitutional law coming to life in a truly meaningful way, and gave him the opportunity to see concepts like due process and standing serve as powerful tools for justice. Without question, countless people's lives are better as a result of the public service work Eugene completed during law school, and of course, the work on behalf of all of the rest of you as well, right? Thank you all for all that service. Indeed, Eugene's 500 plus public service hours account for more than 10% of the total number of public service hours this year's graduating class completed. Eugene, will you please come forward to accept your award? On behalf of the deans and faculty at Western State, it is my honor to recognize you with Western State College of Law at Westcliff University Wallace R. Davis Public Service Award. I would now like to invite my colleague to the podium, Professor Stephen Hendricks, class of 2015, who will present the Stephen F. Chavez Alumni Leadership Award.
Stephen F. Chavez Alumni Leadership Award to an extraordinary member of this year's graduating class, Catherine Therese Ramos Pu. Now, come to this award honors the legacy of Professor Stephen Chavez, a devoted alumnus and faculty member at Western State College of Law who championed the idea that legal education is a powerful force for transformation within individuals and across communities. Throughout her time at Western State, Catherine has embodied the values of this leadership, service, and academic excellence. As president of the Asian Pacific American Law Students Association, she has cultivated a more inclusive and culturally aware environment. On campus, her efforts have not only uplifted her fellow students, but also strengthened our broader legal community. Her commitment to public service extends far beyond the classroom, where she currently serves as a school board member at St. Joseph's Catholic School, where she helps shape policies that support students and families. Her dedication to youth mentorship is also reflected in her prior role as Den leader with the Boy Scouts of America, and more recently as a volunteer with the Orange County Rescue Mission. Academically, Catherine has distinguished herself by earning a Cali Award and receiving the Bahenian Law Student Scholarship for her commitment to public interest. All of these achievements are a testament to her unwavering belief that law is not just a profession, it's a calling to serve others. Catherine, I am proud to present you with the 2025 Stephen F. Chavez Alumni Leadership Award. Congratulations. I would now like to invite my colleague, Professor Zoa Khan, class of 2016, who will present the Douglas Schroeder Alumni Leadership Award.
Good morning. It is my honor to present the Douglas Schroeder Alumni Leadership Award. Every year, this award is given to an outstanding student that demonstrates the leadership, compassion, and advocacy that Professor Schroeder embodied. And this year's recipient is Russell Theodore. Russell is the proud son of immigrant parents, a U.S. Army veteran, and a zealous advocate. He has served as the president of the Black Law Students Association, vice president of Outlaw. He worked with the Immigration Deportation Defense Clinic, where he worked with immigrant youth, put together a pro se litigant hotline. And not only has Russell given so much to the Western State community, but he has also served as a teacher and a mentor to at-risk youth. He's engaged in outreach with the unhoused and been a true part of the community. Russell, you are everything that this award celebrates. You are a leader, you are an advocate, and we are so proud of you. On behalf of all of the deans, the faculty, and everyone here at Western State, it's my honor to present to you the Douglas Schroeder Alumni Leadership Award.
I would now like to invite to the podium William D. Shapiro, class of 1978, who will present the William D. Shapiro Advocacy Award. Bill?
Thank you very much. It is truly my honor to stand before you and present this award of advocacy to a phenomenal advocate and a young lady who's going to be an amazing trial lawyer advocate for her community. Maria Campos Teo is a proud first American, Mexican-American, the daughter of immigrants. Excuse me. She is the first in her family to graduate with a bachelor's degree as well as a JD. She was raised in Anaheim, where she stayed ever so close to her community up to and including today. Her journey has been one of resilience and tenacity. She remains deeply connected to her heritage. Everyone in her community is so proud of her. She's a former student athlete. Excuse me. She earned her undergraduate degree in political science. She had and Spanish. Let's make sure that's in there. With a pre-law background. She is driven by a lifelong dream to be a zealous advocate in immigration. She's going to be an immigration attorney. We celebrate her for that. On behalf of the deans, all the faculty of Western State College of Law, Maria, I celebrate you, and I have the pleasure of honoring you with this award. Please come with me.
It is now my privilege to present the Alan K. Easley Tenacity Award. Named after my immediate predecessor as dean, the Tenacity Award is given each year to a graduate who has faced obstacles in life and in law school, but who tenaciously held on to overcome those obstacles and ultimately achieve his or her goals. The award is named for Alan Easley, who embodies the very best of Western State. As dean, he tenaciously led Western State through some of our most dire challenges. Confronted with any of the challenges Western State faced, it would have been easy for him to step aside and leave the school to its fate. Alan Easley did not do that. He remained at the helm, working hard to get us through them and inspiring everyone not to give up. His tenacity in the face of each of those challenges helped Western State overcome them. Alan Easley embodies the Western State ideal of tenacity, and for that, we thank him. I am delighted to present the Alan K. Easley Tenacity Award to Vivian L. Slew. Vivian came to law school from a family that had suffered the harshest realities of the criminal justice system. Her family's experiences ignited her passion for criminal justice reform and inspired her to advocate for marginalized communities. At the age of 17, she co-founded Families United to End Life Without Parole, to educate communities and humanize the stories of affected families. While in law school, she has served as APALSA's community outreach liaison, represented indigent clients of Western State's Immigration and Deportation Defense Clinic, and mentored undergraduate and high school students in moot court and mock trial. Last summer, Vivian clerked with Root and Rebound, a nonprofit dedicated to supporting people navigating reentry and reducing the harms perpetrated by mass incarceration. In Vivian's own words, "I aspire to show the world that being an Asian woman with adversities should not impede our future success in the legal field. Instead, it should diversify and empower us further to become trailblazing attorneys who advocate and represent our future clients zealously." Vivian, for your unceasing efforts to bridge gaps, challenge systemic barriers, and amplify the voices of those too often silenced, it is an honor to present you today with the Alan K. Easley Tenacity Award. Over the nearly 60 years of our existence, Western State has produced more than 12,000 alumni. Many of those alumni have become leaders in the Southern California and Orange County legal community, including over 150 of our alumni who have been elevated to the bench throughout the years. But our alumni have also brought other members of their families into the Western State family, creating a legacy of multi-generational family connections in our alumni community. So I would like to take a moment to recognize all those connections by asking all members of our audience who are Western State alumni to stand in solidarity with our graduates. Our student community has been enriched by the presence of a number of armed forces veterans. The deans and faculty believe it is important to acknowledge their sacrifices and the sacrifices of those who are no longer with us. I ask those veterans of the United States Armed Forces, both among the graduates and in the audience, to please stand and be recognized by this assembly. Thank you for your service. I am now delighted to introduce your commencement speaker, James O. Heiting, a true titan of the California legal community. Mr. Heiting holds the distinct honor of being the only past president of the State Bar of California ever elected from the Inland Empire. For over 45 years, his firm has served Southern California, achieving remarkable success in civil litigation, recovering over $500 million for his clients in wrongful death, serious injury, and transportation accident cases. He has also served as president of the Riverside County Bar and is admitted to practice before an extensive array of state and federal courts, including the California and United States Supreme Courts. Beyond his remarkable practice, Mr. Heiting has dedicated himself to the betterment of the legal profession, serving on the State Bar's Board of Governors, co-founding the Leo A. Deegan Inn of Court to mentor young lawyers, and the Inland Empire's local Federal Bar Association, and serving as the immediate past president of the Other Bar and current president of the Other Bar Foundation, both bodies serving judges, lawyers, and legal professionals to overcome issues with chemical dependency. His commitment to the well-being of his colleagues is also evident through his past service as commissioner over 9 Western states in support of the American Bar Association's Commission on Lawyer Assistance Programs, and his continuing appointment to the Oversight Committee of the California Lawyer Assistance Program. He attributes any successes he has realized to a commitment to service, to his colleagues, and to his clients. Adding to the significance of this special day, we are delighted to share that Mr. Heiting's legacy continues here at Western State. His granddaughter, a member of the graduating class of 2025, will be walking across this very stage later in our ceremony. Please join me. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished commencement speaker, Mr. James O. Heiting.
Thank you, Dean. Distinguished faculty, proud families and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class at Western State College of Law, congratulations. Today is an important, no, a monumental day of celebration, reflection, and anticipation. It is an honor to address you as I stand here before you and as you stand at the commencement of your lives as lawyers and others trained in the law. To the families, friends, and loved ones who supported them, who listened to their moot court arguments at the dinner table, who survived their stress during finals, who believed in them even when they doubted themselves, thank you. This is your day too. and to the faculty and staff who challenged these former law students, and taught them, inspired them, and believe in them, thank you for shaping the next generation of legal minds. If you permit, I take a moment of personal privilege to tell you how very proud I am to be able to see and be with my granddaughter, Brianna Heiting, as she also graduates with the class of 2025 from Western State College of Law. I am proud of you beyond words. So I know that we all want to get on with this, but I have a few words to say to the graduates. Today we gather to celebrate not only your achievements, but also your resilience, as you've heard, your dedication and your promise to the future of justice. You stand as embryos of the profession that is as demanding as it is noble, as challenging as it is rewarding. Western State College of Law has always been a place where diversity is celebrated and where access to the legal profession and legal rights and justice is a core value. You are part of a tradition of values now, with experience and real-world impact and a commitment to public service. You have learned in the courtroom, in clinics, in the classroom, and through service to your community. These experiences have prepared you to make your mark in the world. You graduate today from an institution with a proud history, one that has weathered changes, adapted, and continues to thrive. Western State College of Law has prepared you not just to pass the bar, but to lead, to innovate, to serve. Let your minds remain open, your curiosity insatiable, your commitment to justice unwavering. And speaking of the bar exam, today you become law school graduates. Most of you will be taking the bar exam, and I really don't know if I should be thanking the dean for asking me to be giving this address, because I haven't had a nightmare about the bar exam for years until I started to prepare this address. And then last week I had a doozy. But addressing the looming bar exam may carry some confusion and trepidation, maybe even more than usual due to the dramatic failures of the state bar in preparing and conducting the last examination in February. But the results of that February 2025 examination are a testament to resilience in the face of adversity, to the ability to adapt when circumstances change, and to the enduring value of perseverance. The exam takers, like all of us at certain points in our lives, faced unexpected and seemingly overwhelming obstacles, yet they pressed forward, achieving extraordinary results. President Calvin Coolidge observed that persistence and determination are omnipotent. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. My personal career is an example of that. Let the example of the February 2025 bar exam, though, not create fear in you, but inspire you. Prepare for the bar exam with great respect, certainly. But be confident that you, as did those that took the examination and received the highest pass rate for the winter exam in 60 years, have received the necessary education. You have the talent, you have the tools that with persistence and dedication will prove successful. I will share with you a very simple but magical formula that is the foundation of success, I believe, in most of our lives, and that is persistence plus preparation equals success. It's very simple. It's as simple as that. But whatever your decisions may be regarding the bar examination and the practice of law, you have spent years immersed in the study of law, its principles, its precedents, the power to both constrain and to liberate. You have studied into the night. You have argued both sides and learned sometimes the hard way that the law is as much about people as it is about rules. You've come to know without doubt that the law is not a static monument. It is not a static monument, but it is a river, sometimes swift, sometimes meandering, but always moving. It is a living, breathing entity that evolves with the values of society. Think of Dred Scott, or Plessy versus Ferguson, or more modernly and still controversial, Roe versus Wade. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, "Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time." You've seen profound changes in just the short time you've been in law school. And when you use what you have learned, and as you evolve with the law and serving others, you will find that your work will matter. You've learned how lawyers can be innovators, using their skill and education, not just to adapt, but to lead. When we first start out, when we first embark on this grand journey, we all feel inadequate if we're honest about it. But don't despair. We now hold the keys to unlock the secrets and serve our clients and fellow humans to the very best of our abilities. They are evidenced by our legal education, our compassion, our empathy. They are augmented by lawyers and judges and reasoning that we can call upon for direction and suggestion, and limited only by our imagination of what can and should be. Today you join the ranks of those entrusted not only with great knowledge, but with great responsibility. Today is not just a graduation or a celebration. This is a commencement ceremony, a ceremony to set you on your course as you commence your careers in the law. It is as much a challenge as it is a celebration. Your training has given you a unique ability to see both the complexity and the humanity in every situation. There are human stakes in every legal question. Sam Clemens, better known as Mark Twain, quipped in a statement that is seemingly especially true for lawyers, "Always do right. And if you do, this will gratify some people and astonish the rest." Surround yourself with people of integrity, intelligence, and kindness. They will make you better, and you will make them better as well. Consider the grandeur and the power of the law. Martin Luther King Jr. declared from a Birmingham jail, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Wrap yourselves in the ideals of justice, truth, and compassion. With your education and training, you will always carry that weight now. You will remember and know that the law is not just a set of rules, but a living promise, a promise of fairness, equality, equity, and hope. You've been trained not only to know the law, but to know of championing justice, standing for the voiceless, defending the rule of law even when it is unpopular or difficult. And today you are poised to move in many directions toward careers in advocacy, public service, business, or perhaps paths not yet even imagined. And as the law is always evolving, always reshaping itself, the law is not always clear, and much of your work will be to find and bring clarity where there is confusion, and to find substance where others see only shadows. You will be called upon not just to interpret it, but to breathe life into the law. And I hope you now realize the law is not just a profession. It is a calling. It is the backbone of a just society. It is the safeguard of our freedoms. It is the instrument through which we right wrongs and give voice to the voiceless. You are the guardians of justice and fairness in a society that often struggles to live up to its ideals. No matter your role after today, you will carry a responsibility to demonstrate that justice is not just a word. As Dr. King noted, the time is always right to do what is right. You now hold the keys to immense power, the loom to weave the threads that combine to form the fabric and order of our society, the foundation of how we live each and every day. Let today be not just a celebration, but a call to action. Carry with you the lessons you've learned here, the value of hard work and persistence, the importance of integrity and of service. I urge you to carry forward also the spirit of mentorship that defines this Western State community. Call on those who have gone before you. They will look forward to helping. Support those who follow in your footsteps. Use your skills not just to advance your own interests, but to lift up others. Today is a day of commencement. It is a remarkable day. It is a day of commencement of changes that will affect, without a doubt, all of our lives. I pray that each of you lives a life of truth, honesty, honor, and compassion. You are the future of the legal profession. You are the stewards of justice. Go forth with courage, with humility, and with integrity, and with dreams. God bless you as you do. Make your mark, not just as lawyers, but as champions of integrity, fairness, and truth. I believe in you. I must believe in you. You are the future, and the world awaits your leadership. Let's go out and do some good. Congratulations, Western State College of Law, class of 2025.
Mr. Heiting, as is customary at our commencement ceremonies, we often bestow an honorary degree upon our distinguished speaker. However, in your case, such an honor would stand beside the Juris Doctor that you rightfully earned here at Western State through your own dedication and hard work back in 1975. Therefore, we have chosen a different and we believe equally significant recognition. As you know, your exceptional contributions to the legal profession have already been recognized by your alma mater with your induction into the Western State College of Law Hall of Fame. Today, we wish to further acknowledge the profound and lasting impact of your distinguished career. Your remarkable and enduring success in civil litigation, your unparalleled leadership as the only state bar president elected from the Inland Empire, your dedication to mentoring the next generation of lawyers through the Leo A. Deegan Inn of Court, and your ongoing commitment to the well-being of the legal community through your work with the other bar and ABA Commission on Lawyer Assistance Programs represent a lifetime of achievement that has brought great pride to Western State. Furthermore, your presence here today, sharing your wisdom with our graduating class, underscores your continued connection to and belief in Western State. Therefore, Mr. Heiting, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present you with the Western State Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizing your extraordinary and impactful career recognizing your profound contributions to the legal profession and your enduring legacy as one of our most esteemed graduates and a cherished member of the Western State Hall of Fame. At this time, I ask that Associate Dean Arshiguni, Professor Glenn Capel, and Professor Stephen Hendricks please join me in honoring the graduates.
Dean Cirulo, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the members of the 2024-2025 graduating class who have in all ways met the qualifications for the degree of Juris Doctor.
The Juris Doctor degree is the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and attainment of intellectual maturity. The graduates here today have completed a demanding and rigorous course of study. They have met the challenges of the faculty and complied with the requirements of the California Committee of Bar Examiners and the standards of the American Bar Association. By the authority granted to me by the state of California, Westcliff University, and the Board of Advisors of Western State College of Law, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. We will now bring the graduates with their personal hooders to the stage. Graduates, we will be pacing this important part of the ceremony so that one graduate's hooding is not disrupted by the reading of the next graduate's name. So as each graduate ascends the ramp to the stage, they will present their name card to Professor Capel, who will read the name of the graduate as the graduate and hooder walk to the center stage to be hooded. The audience can then applaud as the hooding takes place. Once the hooding is completed, as the graduate crosses the stage to receive their diploma, the next graduate will present their name card to Professor Capel, and the cycle will continue. There will be photographers taking pictures at two key moments during this ceremony. First, as the graduate is being hooded, and second, as the graduate receives the diploma.
Marshals, please bring the graduates to the stage. Amanda Hazelton, hooded by her daughter Emma Hazelton. Reese Perez, hooded by his brother Merrick Perez. Cindery Lang, hooded by her father Hu Lang and mother Bing Song. Michael Davey, hooded by his mother Olga Davey and father Kevin Davey. Olivia Glazer, hooded by her mom Cheryl Glazer and father Steve Glazer. Joyce Keem, hooded by her mother, Grace Keem, and father, Tae Keem. Eugene Rang, hooded by his father, Simon Rang, and mother, Mindy Rang. Catherine Therese Ramos Huno Knoll, hooded by her son Orden and another son Orion Knoll. Russell J. Theodore, hooded by his father Richard Theodore and mother Sylvia Theodore. Maria Esmeralda Campos Teo, hooded by her mother Analí Teo and father Rigoberto Orozio. Vivian Slew, hooded by her mother Vicky Wong. Lulu Al-Shami, hooded by her mother Fatima Al-Amar and father Wael Al-Shami. Kevin Bari, hooded by his mother Annette Bari and father Najib Bari. Gurnik Baines, hooded by her father Bulwinder and mother Harvinder Baines. Malcolm Bayramovich, hooded by his mother-in-law Yvette Perez and wife Marissa Perez. Angelica Barajas, hooded by her dad Aurelio Barajas and boyfriend Alejandro Lopez Torres. Jillian Boylan, hooded by her mother, Elizabeth Boylan, and father, Dana Boylan. Trevor Brendlin, hooded by his father, Todd Brendlin. Jessica Berger, hooded by her sister, Christina Berger. Sarah Buster, hooded by her father, Larry Buster. Gurveer S. Buttar, hooded by his father, Avtar Buttar, and mother, Baljit Kaur. Astrid Cardona, hooded by her mother, Margarita Pelayo. James Carr, hooded by his mom, Lisa, and dad, Fred. Julie Cooper, hooded by her mother, Blanca Castro, and sister, Kyla Cooper. Isabella Daldumyan, hooded by her brother Harut Daldumyan and sister Lucy Daldumyan. Mark Alex De Roca, hooded by his father Agapito De Roca and brother Chris Sean De Roca. Gurkavan Singh Dinza, hooded by his sister Pinda Sekan. Dominique Eberly, hooded by his fiancée Lauren Alfonso and mother Tanya Eberly. Stephanie Espinola, hooded by her daughter Maddie Espinola and Ivan Ryder. Roshan Falatunzadeh, hooded by her dad Nasser Falatunzadeh and Fariba Odeleon Sedehi. Ilyana Farahat, hooded by her brother George Farahat and brother Philip Farahat. Renato Javier Foray, hooded by his spouse Aidel Penagi Foray. Brian Galea, hooded by his mother Kim Galea and Grandma, Cindy Jones. Amjad Ghanem, hooded by his father Samir Ghanem and mother Abir Betanji. Betanjani. Jean Gonchegolian, hooded by his mother Nune Sanamian and grandmother Siranush Nalbandian. John Gordon, hooded by his father John Gordon and mother Ava Gordon. Joseph Gordon, hooded by his dad John Gordon and mom Ava Gordon. John Hartford, hooded by his father Stanley Hartford and son Finn Hartford. Brianna Heiting, hooded by her father James Heiting II and mother Anya Bennett. Nicholas Hernandez, hooded by his mom Gabriela Hernandez and dad Victor Hernandez. Chad Hummus, hooded by his father Thomas Hummus and mother Jean Hummus. Madeline Hooks, hooded by her mentors Jen Stevie and Alex Harrison. Yohannes Ibrahim, hooded by his father Philip Ibrahim and mother Susan Ibrahim. Michael Janosik, hooded by his girlfriend Mariah Torres. Megan Koreshandi, hooded by our mother Kimberly Koreshadi and father Hussein Koreshadi. Amanat Kular, hooded by her mother Gourmet Kaur and sister Amarita Kular. John Edward Lane, hooded by his father Robert Lane. Ashley Lapointe, hooded by her mother, Kimberly Lapointe. Madison Leonard, hooded by her mother, Heidi Leonard, and father, Michael Leonard. Anya Lind, hooded by her mother Perla Lind and father Robert Lind. Alisa Magoon, hooded by her mom Charmaline Magoon and dad Thomas Magoon. Joseph McGuire, hooded by his daughter Madison McGuire. Michael Mahfoud, hooded by his father Ghassan Mahfoud and mother Dalal Mahfoud. Lauren McClure, hooded by Lynette Fogenthaler and Joe Fogenthaler. Brent McDonald, voted by his spouse, Marion Goodrich. Arutun McCurchian, hooded by his twin sister, Mary McCurchian. Anna Morel, hooded by her father, Oscar Morel, and mother, Anna Morel. Golnaz Mozgani, hooded by her mother, Shirin Hakamaneshi, and sister, Nikofar Mozgani. Natalie Najarian, hooded by her mom, Elena Najarian, and father, John Najarian. Ayana Navarro, hooded by her mother, Araceli Gutierrez, and boyfriend, Alex Arce. Emily Sabrina Navarro, hooded by her mother, Guadalupe Perez, and father, Neri Navarro. Emily Neves, hooded by her sister Savannah Neves and boyfriend Ryan Robbins. Ryan Wen, hooded by his girlfriend Lanto and mentor Harrison Lay. Melanie Nunez, hooded by our mother Rosiris Nunez and father Jose Nunez. Emily Petrosian, hooded by our mom Kristen Petrosian and dad Peter Petrosian. Jalen Pope, hooded by his spouse Lucy Pope and daughter Journey Pope. Giselle Villapreciado, hooded by our mother Eva Villa and father Daniel Preciado. Michael Ragonis, hooded by his father Robert Ragonis and wife Stacy Ragonis. Sydney Romaine, hooded by her father, Andrew Romaine, and mother, Jackie Romaine. Catherine Santana, hooded by her father, Luis Santana, and mother, Yesenia Santana. J. Dallin Sechrist, hooded by his wife, Jody Sechrist, and daughter, Charlotte Sechrist. Goza Seperi, hooded by her father Majid and mother Lodan Seperi. Jacob Siranov, hooded by her brother Karn Seronov. Ida Shabanzadegan, hooded by her father Amir Shabanzadegan and mother Forog Moarechipur. Jillian Simioski, hooded by her mother Michelle Simioski and father Kurt Simioski. Lauren Sennett, hooded by her mother Bernadette Sennett and sister Heller Sennett. Joseph Song, hooded by sister Deborah Song and father Abraham Song. Courtney Sullivan, hooded by her father Mark Sullivan and mother Jennifer Clifton Sullivan. Elizabeth Tran, hooded by our mother Beth Etasami and her bestie Shauna Wynn. Jenny Tran, hooded by her sister T. Tran. Kinsey Van, tutored by her brother, Kalen Van. Caitlin Walker, tutored by her grandfather, Stephen Patterson. Gabrielle Wallace, tutored by her grandmother, Nina Wallace. Georgia Weedall, tutored by her mother, Christy Weedall, and grandmother, Cheryl Barber. Courtney Whitaker, tutored by her mother, Christine Whitaker. Brittany Weehee, tutored by her mom, Patricia Weehee, and dad, Gregory Weehee. Cody Williams, tutored by his father, Glenn Williams, and mother, Cynthia Williams. And Shadow the Golden,
We are near the end of a ceremony commemorating an accomplishment of which you can all justifiably be very proud. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2024 and 2025. Please join me in celebrating their achievement. The deans, faculty, and staff of Western State College of Law at Westcliff University congratulate each of you. To the families and guests of the graduates, I thank you for being here with us today and for sharing in this momentous occasion. The podium party is going to process out first, followed by the graduates. We ask that our audience guests remain in their seats until the graduates have processed out and then exit to the left. Thank you.